this is probably the second thing we teach in core control, elite, in all our work with any new client, is rules and boundaries. It's the second thing we teach. Rules and boundaries for yourself towards others. Sorry, rules and boundaries for yourself towards yourself, rules and boundaries for yourself towards others, and rules and boundaries for them towards you. And also rules and boundaries for how you will accept others treating others. Now, you can't tell other people how to behave, but what I mean by this is, if I see, say, somebody could be a client of mine, if I see them behaving badly towards freelancers, I won't work with them. They might be very decent towards me. I don't care. I don't want to work with people who are like that. You know?
It's like
exactly. Just exactly that. Yeah, it's the same thing. So 4 areas where you want to have rules and boundaries. And then within that, you want things like for finances, for time, energy. And this stuff isn't difficult. And, you know, people have in the past expressed surprise when I say, oh, I've got rules and boundaries for my wife, and she has them for me too. We have them mutually. I mean, no one would argue the fact you need rules and boundaries for your children. Precious few people fucking have them. You know, this is why we have so many shitty children around. But no one would argue the fact that you need them. They just don't apply them. But I also with spouses. I mean, like, for instance, I would not dream of looking at my wife's phone and opening my wife's phone up without her permission. Every Sunday morning I go shopping, and I need to open her app for Dunnes and get the vouchers, you know, because it's a brilliant scheme. For every 50 quid you spend, you get 10 quid off. But it's a kind of running 20% discount, because every time you then spend you spend 50 quid or 50 euro, redeem that voucher, you get another one. So it keeps you coming back. It's great. It's great. You know, it really is. It works really, really well. And I need to get into her phone, but every Sunday morning I will go upstairs and say, do you mind if I go into your phone and get the vouchers? And she says, yeah, fine. I mean, I know the number and everything, but I just wouldn't dream of doing it without her permission. That's a rule and a boundary. She doesn't go into mine. I wouldn't check her emails. I just wouldn't do it. You just don't. It's like someone of my generation, you just never go into a woman's handbag without permission. And even with it, I don't like it. I feel really uncomfortable going into Sarah's handbag. I'd rather just give it to her. And yeah, it's icky. It's icky.
I'll tell you what, I give it the big one. I'm like, oh, I'm such a gentleman. I feel really uncomfortable in here. But really, those bags, they're never fucking ending.
Well,
they're like TARDISes. And you're told to find, like, oh, can you grab the paracetamol? And you got to rummage through, like, fucking a whole TARDIS worth. You got to go past the fucking tampons. Got to go past the fucking hair ties, and it's like there's a kebab in there from last night. Why have you not thrown that away, you weirdo? But yeah, give it the big one. No, I'm such a gentleman.
don't destroy our image, mate. So it's rules and boundaries. I mean, if you don't have them, I mean, simple ones. Okay, yeah, anyone listening to this could do this today, right now. And if you need to change your website, big deal, 10-minute job. Rather than allowing people to call you, take the number off the website and put a calendar link up there. Even get the free Calendly offering, so you're not even paying money for it. So they have to book a call. Easy. And make it plain. Stop answering incoming calls. Put them through to a voice message. Now, some guys in construction say, yeah, but I have to answer the phone whenever it comes in. No, you don't. We had guys in Elite, and the first thing we tell them is we give them a structure to do this, to turn the phone off and set it so that the voicemail says when you will call them back. It actually doesn't bother people. And in fact, people prefer it because...
Or you get a service like
if you need to, yeah. If you need to. Money Penny for the listener it's just someone to answer your phone, and they take a voice message, send it to you, whatever. It's not even expensive, but that's one thing you could do. Don't let people just drop into your office. That preserves your time. Because, you know, a phone call might be a 5-minute phone call, but it's actually probably a 30-minute disruption to your day because you lose focus. It's called context switching. This stuff is objectively verifiable with neuroscience and stuff, you know. So rules and boundaries are so important.
And as John says, they're not hard. The only thing that you find difficult is if you're thinking along these lines for the first time in your life. It's the first time and this can sound a little bit wanky, but it's the first time you realize you actually have control over your life and you can do whatever you want, and you're not actually just this plastic bag being pulled around by the changes of the wind. You actually are able to put, some solid fucking foundations into the ground and actually take control. And the difficulty you'll find there is you'll realize you can do everything or anything. And when you feel like that, well, it's very, very difficult choosing a place to start. But just start with simple things such as, I don't let people call me at any time. I constantly have my phone on do not disturb, so text messages don't disrupt me. I only check my emails twice a day, at this time and at this time, and every other time they get an auto reply. Another smart rule would be that you never discount.
It's not difficult. And then I need to get a move on because I need to be out of here soon. Rules and boundaries, so important. I mean, Connor and I, our rules and boundaries are kind of unspoken because we respect each other. So if Connor was to call me, he's my business partner and best friend. If he was to call me without us arranging it, I would know it's like, this is life and death. He wouldn't just do it for a chat or a brain fart.
Urgent.
We have Voxer for that. Which is fantastic.
Which is fantastic. What
we use Voxer for those things which need to be dealt with in, not urgently, but they are important and probably top of the pile.
Yeah, they're usually live, constantly evolving situations that require the fidelity of a voice
But
message.
Otherwise, we just don't. I mean, even my daughter wouldn't call me without an appointment. Sarah comes to my office door. She knocks before she walks in. I knock on her office too. These are just fucking...
Space.
This is just common respect, most of this stuff. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And if you got stuff...
But what we're doing here is...
double important.
The commonality here is we're preserving our time, because it's the only thing you can't buy more of. People. I mean, what do these people all have in common? Michael Jackson, Prince, Sean Connery, Terry Pratchett, Ronald Reagan, and an endless list of others. What do they all have in common? They're all fucking dead. They were all filthy rich, and none of them can buy any more time. Their time was gone. Well, it doesn't matter how rich you are. You can't buy more time. So most of my rules, certainly in business, are about preserving my time. Even pricing is about preserving my time because it means I can earn more by working less and spend less time dealing with neurotic clients because the better paying clients are not neurotic. They're more respectful. It's really about time and energy management.